What if I told you that a single moment in a reality TV interview sent shockwaves through the royal and celebrity worlds, exposing a devastating fall from grace that no one saw coming? Today, find out why Meghan Markle is being publicly rejected by social elites, snubbed by fashion icons, and overshadowed by Princess Catherine like never before. Stay tuned, because what unfolds next will completely change how you see the modern royal drama. It began as a playful segment in a promotional interview for Real Housewives of London, where the host tossed out a fun question: which celebrity would be the ultimate addition to their cast? The energy was light until someone floated Meghan Markle's name, and suddenly, an icy silence blanketed the room, sending ripples through royal observer communities and laying bare a stark shift in elite social standings. Without missing a beat, one cast member locked eyes with the interviewer and delivered a blunt, unfiltered no. She wanted no part of Meghan on the show. Captured raw on camera, this rejection exploded across social media, but the real sting came next as the group seamlessly redirected their enthusiasm toward Princess Catherine, hailing her as the epitome of elegance, steely resilience, a woman with an enviable home they joked about crashing for a visit. Sources from the production insist the exchange was entirely spontaneous, a genuine window into their collective mindset. Catherine radiates the sophistication and strength they idolize, while Meghan embodies a vibe they'd rather sidestep entirely. One insider called it a live-streamed social takedown, all the more cutting because these women aren't outsiders. They're the insiders, mingling at the same high society events, boutiques, and getaways on both sides of the Atlantic, now viewing any tie to Meghan as a fast track to reputational quicksand. The clip's millions of views have royal analysts buzzing, marking it as another nail in the coffin of Meghan's once skyrocketing fame, from fashion darling, global wedding spectacle, and monarchy modernizer to someone even reality TV won't touch. It's a masterclass in irony and the fragility of celebrity, fueled by widespread exhaustion over endless drama and victim narratives that taint everything they graze. Just as this went viral, fashion's unassailable queen, Anna Wintour, Vogue's powerhouse whose endorsements launch empires and dismissals doom them, stepped in with a holiday-style verdict that hit even harder. No hesitation. The Princess of Wales is flawless, she declared, spotlighting Catherine's heritage-driven polish in church ensembles and evening glamour, cementing her as the unbeatable benchmark in a world weary of controversy. Anna Wintour effortlessly name-dropped powerhouses like Catherine Walker and Alexander McQueen, crowning Princess Catherine the undisputed queen of royal refinement, a standard so lofty that Meghan Markle vanished entirely from the frame, not even a whisper in fashion's inner sanctum. For a figure who once commanded British Vogue's guest-edited spotlight, this void from the industry's iron-fisted oracle cuts deeper than any barb, painting a portrait of calculated invisibility in elite-style circles. The blow landed with vicious precision against a backdrop of buzzing rumors. Just weeks prior, talk swirled of Wintour tilting toward Meghan via a hushed Balenciaga tie-in, fueling fan hopes of a glamour comeback. Yet her lavish Catherine tribute, sans a single Sussex syllable, nailed that door shut for good, as palace whispers framed it as the death knell to Meghan's couture ambitions. Catherine's style saga gleams with 15 years of nurtured designer alliances, instinctive shifts from demure to daring, authentic recycling that charms without trying, and garments that amplify occasions instead of eclipsing them. Meghan's path, by contrast, stumbles under spotlights of sloppy tailoring, mismatched moods for mournful moments, and Diana homages that read as rehearsed theater over true tribute, earning verdicts that her looks play dress-up, not self-revelation. Wintour's seal isn't mere seasonal chatter. It's a megaphone declaring fashion, media, and entertainment overlords have cast their vote, benching Meghan in the process. This snub slots into a tidal pull-away. Stars, social swans, and moguls across oceans are sprinting from her shadow toward Catherine's glow, a exodus so stark it's muting yesterday's Sussex cheerleaders. Cue Taylor Swift, music's unstoppable titan, whose chummy Wales family vibes scream allegiance louder than lyrics, a vivid cue that star power now clusters around enduring poise as the Sussex frostbite spreads. Lady Gaga, The fearless global sensation who's long past proving herself has subtly sided with Catherine over Meghan, a telling pick from someone who could cozy up to anyone under the sun. Royal followers point out this star exodus has been brewing for years but skyrocketed in recent months, transforming Meghan's former fresh-faced rebel vibe into a red flag liability that savvy celebs now dodge like a sinking ship. Hollywood's inner circle dishes that associating with Meghan once screamed cutting-edge cool and royal reinvention, but endless tabloid tempests, whispers of diva demands a dose, and a now-toxic aura have flipped the script entirely. Catherine counters with showbiz catnip, unflappable elegance, heartfelt charisma, and drama-free encounters that leave collaborators buzzing, not bracing for betrayal in some tell-all or streaming saga. The divide shone bright at a star-studded gala, where Catherine sparked non-stop praise for her cancer comeback valor, kid-centric heart, tireless philanthropy, and cool-under-fire composure, while Meghan's mere mention triggered eye rolls, topic swaps, and one guest's flat-out, "Let's not." This elite thumbs-down threatens to gut the Sussexes' whole hustle, tanking Netflix negotiations, dimming keynote appeal, and starving brand tie-ups into cultural oblivion. The twist bites poetic. Meghan bolted from the firm chasing Tinseltown's embrace, only for the machine to wrap the left-behind princess in adoration. December 2025 Showdown sealed it. Catherine's fifth together at Christmas carol service on the fifth-packed Westminster Abbey with Oscar heavyweight Kate Winslet, nominee Chetna Jude, comedy maestro Eugene Levy, and Emmy firebrand Hannah Waddingham, all there to celebrate her resilient glow post-cancer. Pure prestige over PR plays. Flip to December 3rd. Meghan's Netflix splash with Love, Meghan holiday celebration, banked on lifestyle empire vibes to rival her rival's poll, but the glaring guest list gap. No A-list crowns, no Emmy gold, no cinematic giants, stripped it bare. A brutal billboard of her spotlight's sharp shrink. Where were the megastars clamoring to share the screen with a self-proclaimed global icon? Insiders dish that Meghan's production crew scrambled desperately to snag real celebrity firepower, settling mostly for William Morris Endeavor affiliates or niche names unknown to mainstream crowds, crafting a frantic facade of fame rather than the real deal. One exec spilled candidly, Catherine's invites spark instant yes as badges of honor, while Meghan's trigger phantom calendars full of conflicts. The enthusiasm chasm yawns wide. Social feeds erupted in side-by-side takedowns, royal loyalists crowning Catherine the clear victor in the fame face-off, silencing even ex-Sussex boosters amid the undeniable optics. But the real gut punch brewed internally from Archewell's own youth leadership study, polling over 100 kids aged 10 to 25 across the US, UK, Australia, Canada, and Panama on ideal influencers, meant to polish the Sussex shine, yet mapping their exact stumbles. Youth crave raw authenticity over cash or clout, demand offline action with tangible punch, and shun profit-chasing influencer fakery that reeks of curated cons. These themes nail Harry and Meghan square. Blockbuster Netflix/Spotify hauls, trauma-fuel royal cash-ins, and luxe lifestyle peddling like pricey preserves, all self-sabotage spotlighted by their findings. Newsweek pounced on the exquisite irony, their blueprint for relevance unwittingly exposing why Gen Z, and beyond, has tuned them out. Newsweek's Royal Desk zeroed in on how Archewell's report unwittingly blueprints the Sussexes' public nosedive, with passages mirroring their authenticity gaps, profit pursuits, and social media gloss that youth now scorn. Yet the pair seems blind to their own fit as poster children for rejected traits. A Sussex insider spun defense, dismissing youth anti-money gripes as shallow while pitching Harry and Meghan as do-good activism avatars who funnel outsized fortunes to charity. But skeptics fired back at as Ever's bargain bin promo blasts yielding no donations, Harry's paltry spare giveaway against a $25 million windfall, and the gall of dubbing fans average Joes. A smug peek into their elite bubble clashing with professed populism. That arrogance cracked open wider as social media detonated over Meghan's Diana fixation, long murmured in shadows but now a viral juggernaut. Meticulous montages of twin outfits, coifs, stances, and gems from the People's Princess's playbook, branded by one powerhouse account as 2025's banner year for mommy mimicry, and outright abnormal. The onslaught scorched every feed, jolting even neutral pundits. One big-name scribe confessing sheer shock at the relentless roster-defying happenstance for something scripted and spooky, far from casual homage. Harry's spare piled on the chill, recounting Meghan's graveside vigil at Diana's secluded Spencer Isle plot, palms planted, channeling unseen counsel from a stranger, enough to unsettle even prior sympathizer Jack Royston into admitting profound discomfort. Jack Royston highlighted that Diana belonged to William and Charles too, making Meghan's claimed spiritual bond feel off-base or opportunistic to many, especially amid reports she told Harry she sensed his mother's presence speaking to her, a potent lure for a son aching for lost ties. Critics brand it raw emotional leverage, wielding a ghost to bind a bereaved prince, amplified by her early adoption of Diana's signature scent to stir subconscious nostalgia and forge faux familiarity. Royal voices note Harry was grief-healing with William's support pre-Meghan, only to spiral back into perpetual Diana echoes, poses, and wardrobe echoes that the public now deems fixation, not homage, disturbing mimicry over mere respect. While Meghan claws at shadows through copycat bids and scandal, Catherine commands tomorrow with unforced bonds, heartfelt presence that permeates without proclamation, her visits to tragedy-struck homes recurring long-past flashes for authentic aid from a compassionate core, not scripted spin. Linguistic breakdowns expose their divides. Catherine weaves we over I, fading into causes with data, witness tales, and proof, like her childhood crusade rooted in studies and survivor arcs that prove devotion through deeds, not declarations. Meghan's rhetoric loops inward to self, trials, and sentiments, recasting community as commerce and uplift as merch. As one sage put it, Catherine meets folks as is, trusting their wisdom. Meghan molds them to her mirror. This core contrast fuels why Catherine's encounters uplift and energize, while Meghan's reportedly sap the room. Public intuition spots Catherine kneeling kid-level with a casual Kate, her belly laughs slicing through polished pretense, versus whispers of Meghan's title demands sans duties, chat monopolies, and camera charisma that fizzles off mic, revealing character chasms where one elevates all, the other hoards the glow. Market math delivers the knockout. Similar web clocks as ever at a measly 196,831 October 2025 visits, barely a quarter of Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop hauling 812,000, exposing Meghan's million-strong fan myth as vapor, with no stampede for her luxe jams amid overpricing, inauthentic vibes, and toxicity taint that scares shoppers stiff. Sussex spin doctors chirp tech fixes and supply tweaks 6 months post-launch, but flops persist because punters plain don't care, unlike Catherine's ventures snagging controversy-free corporate cash for her pet causes. Newsweek nailed Archwell's youth poll irony. Its authenticity overavails blueprint dooming the Sussexes they can't self-spot, while Diana mimic montages go mega-viral as creepy cosplay, spares graveside seance chilling even fans like Royston. Yet Catherine owns tomorrow, unscripted warmth in tragedy check-ins. Framed speeches yielding spotlight to science and stories, trusting crowds as is, versus Meghan's Mimi merch, molding masses to her mold. Organizations line up for Catherine because her prestige polishes their profiles without peril, while the Sussexes' Montecito opulence guzzles cash amid fraying Netflix ties post-Spotify split, as Evers flop risks domino-falling deals, as one exec quipped. Meghan banked her empire on an irreparably tarnished brand, now cratering hard. Her holiday gift set, Honey Duo, leather bookmark, cozy snaps, posed as festive flair, but sharp-eyed royals clocked the sly shade. Charlie Mackessie's the boy, the mole, the fox and the horse front and center. The very tome Catherine commissioned bespoke art for post-cancer at her Westminster Carol Bash, a heartfelt comeback milestone now co-opted for Meghan's flailing wares. The book's core, vulnerability's valor, friendship's lift, pleas for aid, mirrors her Oprah bombshell of royal mental health cold shoulders, jabbing Catherine and William's pre-Sussex heads together crusade. No accident, say watchers, but peak passive aggression masking as merch mood boarding. Sussex flax futilely flogging her calligraphy detour amid online outrage, branding it brazen poach. Social scrolls savage the ploy. Royal fans decry the gall. Neutrals probe if Meghan's every move masks machinations, painting a dim horizon where snubs stack into irreversible exile. From Hollywood hopeful to industry pariah, lifestyle laggard dwarfed by goop. Authenticity poser per her own Archwell audit. Catherine's arc dazzles by contrast. A-lister magnets at her galas. Winter wowed wardrobe originality. Tragedy follow UPS from True Care. Doors fling wide. Sans the Sussex scramble for scraps, Diana dress-ups, or veiled vendettas that seal Meghan's slide. Meghan's addresses invariably circle back to her personal saga, weaving intricate tales of her own trials, triumphs, and emotional odysseys that keep the spotlight firmly trained on her individual journey, often at the expense of broader communal narratives. In stark contrast, Catherine's rhetoric masterfully spotlights shared missions, elevating collective endeavors and fostering genuine rapport that resonates deeply with audiences, drawing them into a sense of unity rather than centering one voice above all others. This fundamental split in communication styles, insiders whisper, is accelerating a celeb pullback of seismic proportions. Aligning with Meghan now spells career peril, fraught with drama, relentless fallout, and the shadow of potential backlash that lingers like a storm cloud over any collaboration. Catherine, however, stands as the safe bet of poise and universal acclaim, a beacon savvy stars snap up eagerly, knowing her association polishes reputations rather than tarnishing them with controversy's brush. Delving deeper into this rhetorical chasm reveals layers of nuance that explain public perception's tilt. Meghan's speeches, laced with I statements and introspective reflections, position her as the protagonist in every scene, her vulnerabilities and victories serving as the emotional core that demands empathy and applause. Catherine, by design or instinct, employs inclusive phrasing early and often, swiftly transitioning from any personal note to encompass the audience, making listeners feel woven into the fabric of the cause, whether it's early childhood development or community resilience. Linguistic experts who've dissected dozens of addresses note Catherine's pragmatic pivot to evidence-based arguments, testimonials from real lives touched, and data-driven insights that let the mission shine without self-aggrandizement. Meghan's pattern, conversely, lingers on identity markers, her heritage, her Hollywood to royalty arc, her feelings of isolation, transforming community outreach into extensions of her brand, where empowerment feels like a product pitch rather than an organic spark. One seasoned analyst captured it succinctly. Catherine converses with people as they stand, honoring their agency and wisdom. Meghan addresses them as malleable figures she can reshape in her image, managing narratives rather than trusting them to unfold naturally. This dynamic doesn't just play out in transcripts, it echoes in real-world encounters that leave indelible impressions. Interactions with Catherine reportedly invigorate participants, her habit of kneeling to eye level with children, introducing herself simply as Kate, stripping away royal barriers to forge unscripted bonds filled with authentic laughter and unguarded joy that pierce through our era's curated perfection. Meghan's reported style leans heavier, title insistence despite step-back duties, conversation dominance that crowds out others, and a projected warmth that allegedly evaporates once cameras cut, morphing into something cooler and more controlled. These aren't mere stylistic quirks, but windows into character. Catherine embodies lifting others as the essence of influence, creating space where everyone rises. Meghan's approach funnels attention inward, viewing spotlight as a finite resource to monopolize. Public intuition grasps this instinctively, even sans academic jargon. One woman connects souls, the other collects accolades. The entertainment industry's cold calculus amplifies this rift. Insiders from Hollywood boardrooms to London agencies confide that Meghan's orbit now carries radioactive risk. Her trail of tabloid tempests, event whispers of diva demands, and vibe deemed toxic in energy-driven showbiz make her a gamble no rising star or established name wants to take. Taylor Swift's cozy Wales family nods, Lady Gaga's subtle Catherine lean, the Westminster Abbey Carol concert's Oscar-caliber guest list from Kate Winslet to Hannah Waddingham, all signal a gravitational shift where Catherine's grace under Cancer's fire, family devotion, and drama-free dignity draw A-listers like moths to flame. Meghan's Netflix holiday special, by contrast, scraped for recognizable faces tied to her agency or niche corners, a scramble underscoring her self-proclaimed most famous person claim as hollow hype. Social media's side-by-side spectacles, Catherine's triumphant together at Christmas versus Meghan's with love flop, have etched this verdict indelibly, muting even former Sussex cheerleaders as optics overwhelm spin. The Sussexes' lavish Montecito manse and sprawling entourage devour tens of millions yearly in relentless upkeep, from manicured estates and round-the-clock security details to private jets, bespoke travel, and the glossy veneer of celebrity that brooks no cracks. This opulent California compound, with its ocean vistas and fortress-like privacy, isn't just a home. It's a voracious beast demanding constant feeding, staff salaries ballooning amid California's high costs, maintenance crews tending infinity pools and vineyards, and insurance premiums soaring for a property that's become a tabloid target. Add the invisible tolls. Crisis PR firms on retainer to battle headlines, stylists curating every public glimpse, and a lifestyle brand machine churning content that feels increasingly desperate. As Everest tanking metrics, SimilarWeb's October 2025 tally of a pitiful 196,831 visits dwarfed by Goop's 812,000 exposed the rot, squeezing dry as partnerships evaporate post-Spotify's brutal severance, where their podcast dreams fetched millions but delivered duds. This cash hemorrhage primes a perfect storm of panic plays, where Boulder Diana drag escalates from viral montages of eerie outfit twins, power poses, and gem echoes, spares graveside seance with palms pressed to stone, scent choices stirring subconscious ghosts, to outright spectral summons that unsettle even sympathizers like Jack Royston. Blatant Catherine jabs morph from book prop shade in holiday kits, Charlie Mackessie's vulnerability tone poaching her post-cancer Carol triumph, to overt narrative hijacks, each innocent aesthetic a passive-aggressive prod at the sister-in-law whose heads together predated Meghan's mental health pleas. Amped victim tales, once Oprah-fueled bombshells of rejection, swell into operatic laments as attention wanes. Archwell's youth poll ironically indicting their profit-chasing, inauthentic influencer shtick that Gen Z scorns. Netflix hauls, trauma-monetized memoirs, overpriced jam jars, all self-sabotage validated by their own data. Desperation's playbook is predictable for spotlight addicts. When relevance recedes, extremes beckon. Escalating cosplay that blurs tribute into fixation, digs sharpening from subtle to savage, narratives inflating to reclaim eyes amid the inexorable fade. Harry's marooned amid this maelstrom, consevered, homeland forsaken, legacy bartered for a pariah's path narrowing scandal by scandal, his grief recycled endlessly while the firm thrives. Charles stewarding Elizabeth's mantle, William and Catherine raising heirs with dutiful dazzle. Meghan gambled her star on empire building. History logs the bust. A-listers defect. Doors clang shut. Grace endures. Harry's marooned in the mess, torching kin, roots, and roll for a pariah path narrowing by scandal, while the royals roar on. Charles stewards tradition, William and Catherine nurture heirs and duty with flair, proving the firm's steel amid Meghan's mockery. Her all-in on fame flopped hard. A-listers flock elsewhere. Ventures vaporize. Archwell audits indict, etching this era as Revelation's Rubicon, where grace trumps gimmick and history tallies the true toll.